Hey, it's Joe Amoia, founder and creator of GPSforlove.com. I recently received an email from Jessica, one of the members of our GPS for Love community, who wanted to know how to recognize the signs that a guy was a player. And it was such a great question that I decided to make it the topic of today's video. So if you ever wanted to recognize the signs that a guy wasn't good for you before you gave him your heart and those other body parts, I invite you to pay close attention. Now, the first and most obvious sign that a guy is a player is when he focuses primarily on sex and your physical appearance. So any guy who shows up in your life and from the beginning his focus is on sex or your physical appearance, you better run because that guy's a player. The second sign that a guy is a player is when he avoids commitment. See, a player isn't looking for a relationship. He doesn't want to get serious and he doesn't want anything other than to just have some fun. That's why they're called players. They want to play and have fun. So anytime you come across a guy who's telling you he's not looking for anything serious, he doesn't know what he wants, he just wants to have fun, he just wants to take it one day at a time, well, you better pay attention because I promise you that guy's a player too. The third sign that a guy is a player is when he excludes you from his life outside the bedroom. See, when a guy is a player, he just wants what he wants. The third sign that a guy is a player is when he excludes you from his life outside the bedroom. See, when a guy is interested in having a relationship and he's emotionally available, he's going to want you in his life. He's going to want you around his family. He's going to want you around his friends. He's going to take you to his cousin's wedding. He's going to take you to functions at work parties. Why? Because he wants you in his life. So any guy who doesn't do that, that's another sign that he's a player. Now, the fourth sign that a guy is a player is when he makes you a convenience, not a priority. Again, when a guy is interested in having a relationship with you, he shows you by his words and by his actions that you are a priority. So any guy who makes you a convenience and who is treating you like a convenience and who doesn't back up his words with his actions is by definition a player. The fifth and last sign that lets you know that a guy is a player is when he doesn't keep his agreements and he makes excuses when he doesn't keep his agreements. You see, a guy who is interested in a relationship will sometimes say, you know what, I'm sorry, I screwed up, something came up, but he'll own it, he'll be responsible for it, and he'll do his best to clean it up. But that's not what a player does. A player says, you know what, I'll call you on Friday. And Friday comes and goes. And then you don't hear from him for another week. And then all of a sudden you're like, hey, what happened? He goes, and he comes up with some BS excuse. Well, you know, I was real busy. I've been under a lot of stress. I've got a lot going on. You know what? That may be true. But if he told you he was going to call on Friday, he should have done his best, especially in this day and age. He could have sent you a text. He could have sent you an email. Okay, he could have left you a voicemail that says, hey, you know what? I'm in the bathroom taking a dump, and I know I said I was going to call you, but something came up. You know what? I'll call you tomorrow. Like, how difficult is that? See, that's what a real man does. That's what a guy who's emotionally available and who's looking for a good relationship partner does. That's what a man does. Okay, so these players, if you haven't recognized it by now, these guys are boys. They're emotionally immature, they're selfish, and they're irresponsible. Not real guys that you want to have relationships with. Now, if you're at that point in your love life where you're looking for a good, solid, long-lasting, happy, and fulfilling relationship, my suggestion is that anytime you come across a player, is that you run far away as quickly as you can. And then keep putting yourself out there until you find the man, the kind of guy who can give you the love that you desire and that you deserve. Now, if you like this video and you find it helpful, hit the like button below. Share it with your friends and loved ones, and make sure you subscribe. And if you have any questions or comments about players or anything else, make sure to post those down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.